I want to turn to the Hunter Biden situation, and we're just getting more breaking news, and it's happening just before this show started, telling our own Brooke Singman that two sources familiar with the investigation tell Fox News the investigation being run out of the U.S. Attorney's Office in Delaware into Hunter Biden's, quote, tax affairs includes looking at that laptop purportedly belonging to Hunter Biden. Fox News first reported in October that the FBI subpoenaed a laptop and hard drive reportedly belonging to Hunter Biden in connection with a money laundering investigation in late 2019. One document obtained by Fox was a subpoena sent to the owner of the laptop repair shop to testify before U.S. District Court December 9th, 2019. Goes on to say, we first reported that the FBI was in possession of that laptop. So we're not only seeing here, Jason, tax investigation, a grand jury tied to a target subject of Hunter Biden, but also now that the laptop is part of this, and that it was now overt, not just a covert part of the FBI investigation.
Right, and of course, there were a lot of news organizations that didn't want to look at any of this prior to the election. They thought it might help Donald Trump in the election if they did that, so they avoided the story. And you know, I can understand Trump supporters looking at this and being infuriated by it. Perhaps there's something there with regard to Hunter's business dealings in the Ukraine or in China. We don't know yet, but we do know that there's a very clear double standard here when it comes to looking at these matters, depending on which party you're a member of, when it comes to the press's attention. So we don't know if it would have affected the election, but I can understand why a lot of Trump supporters right now are furious that this is only being looked into at this point.
You know, Jonathan, quickly, we saw in the Durham case that the Attorney General putting a special prosecutor label to protect perhaps what's going to continue in that investigation. This one, potentially he could do the same thing as you're getting ready for January 20th.
Well, this will be the first test of what Joe Biden has said he will do with his Justice Department. Joe Biden has pledged that he will keep his Justice Department at arm's length, that he will not intervene. Well, it doesn't get much more of an ultimate test than your own son being investigated by federal law enforcement for business dealings with China and tax affairs. So how Joe Biden handles that investigation will be a really crucial test of how he's going to operate with his Justice Department.
Okay, all of this is breaking just before the show. We're digesting it all. We'll bring it to you as we get more details. Panel, we'll see you a little bit later in the show.